Right, hello everybody, how are you all doing today? We're here at the Brazilian Grand Prix and I am your host, VER Indigo, and I don't have any clue where Yoga is, unfortunately, because he's supposed to be commentating with me, so hopefully he turns up. If he doesn't, then we'll have to go without him. I've not been in contact with him for the past 2 or 3 days, so I have no idea where he is, and hopefully he'll join. I did send him a party invite, so he should be, never mind, he's here. Yep, he's here. Yeah, I can hear you, I can hear you.
I'm commentating on my phone. I'll get the stream up, okay?
Yeah, his pad died. He's using his phone to commentate. I don't know how you're doing that, Yoga. I actually don't know how you managed to commentate.
Yes, and I'll just put up stream and I'll react a bit later, I guess.
So it does work then. So where are you right now?
I can't commentate with my controller because it doesn't charge.
Where are you right now? Like, where are you? What are you doing?
House?
Oh, are you on your... So are you on PS4?
Yeah, I'm online, but I can't use my controller.
Yoga, people can barely hear you, mate, so hopefully your controller gets charged. How about...
Is this better?
let me go try. Speak up again.
Should be better now.
Let me go try. Speak up again. I don't know if I can hear you or not. I can hear you, but the stream can't hear you, sadly, so 25 seconds.
Oh, the stream can't hear me.
Yeah, the stream can't hear you.
Wait, I'll try if I can.
Yeah, the stream can't hear you.
First time for me as well. Wait, I'll try if I can fix it.
Yes, you're talking so loud on here, but so you're not even in the lobby, Yoga. Well,
But I probably don't have like that activated.
right, off we go then to Q1. You know the procedure for this. 18 minutes in this session. The top 15 go through. The bottom 5 get knocked out. In Q2, 16 minutes, and the top 10 go through. The bottom 5 get knocked out again, and whatever tyres you set the fastest lap on, your fastest lap on, you go through on them tyres, depending if it's on the softs or mediums. Majority will be on softs because it's an easy one stop around here. The tyre life is not as deteriorating as other tracks are. We've got 100 subscribers, by the way, on this channel, so congratulations on 100 subscribers, Code Racing League. You managed to do it, boys. I don't think Yoga will be here because he is having problems at the moment. I think he's just lagged out of the party, so hopefully it won't affect this stream, which it won't. And we are off for Q1 then. Alright then, so it looks like a decent weather for us because it's a little bit cloudy up ahead, but nevertheless it is dry, so that's what everybody was hoping for, and let's we'll wait for the first few cars to come out then. So who will come out first? Everybody is on the soft compound tyres. You're expecting this Q1 session, you might see a few medium runners out there to get a feel for the track. But everybody is on the moment is on the soft compound tyres, and just bear with me for a few seconds, folks, because I'll have to it won't be too long. Let me just do something very quick. So we've got Indian Jesus. He didn't really have a good qualifying session last time. I remember him started down in last place, and I have no idea or reason why he started down there, whether he was just pure struggling on the Canadian GP circuit or he was just getting so many validations. Don't think he crashed because I don't remember him his name being not highlighted, so hopefully he'll have a much better qualified session this time. I think he did score points in Canada, but I think did he get 8th place? I actually can't remember. I did see him in the top 10 at one stage, but hopefully we can see him back in the fire where he belongs, in the top of the field. and Yoga keeps joining and leaving, but hopefully he'll sort himself out eventually. So Indian Jesus then will start his lap as he makes his way on the DRS side across the line. Here we go then, on board with Indian Jesus. Let's see what it's down into turn 1. You be very careful into turn 1 because you could easily validate. It's not even turn 1, it's just turn 2. Turn 1's easy. Turn 2, take most of the curb, use the exit curve for turn 3, take the tightest line through turn 3 as well, open up the curb. DRS is wide open for this section here, down on the straight. Coming down into turn 4, breaking at the 100 metre board, use a lot of curb on the entry, use a bit of curb on the outside too. This one's simple and flat. Next one, turn 6, use the 50 metre board down into 5th gear to get the extra rotation. Next one, use the curb on the inside, slow in, fast out, slow through this corner, want to carry the speed and momentum through here. On the throttle we go then. Next one, as soon as the curb starts developing, kiss the apex of the entry, careful exit because it's very easy to lose on traction here. Downhill left-hander. Next one, breaking after the 100 metre board on 151.0 in that middle sector. Let's see if that's good enough for him, but it looks like a clean and decent lap from Indian Jesus, so let's see where he'll go for the timing boards, and he'll come across the line and he'll set a 107.4, which puts him up into first for the moment at least. Original Civi has invalidated his lap time, so I'll have to go for it again. In fact, we'll stay on board with him because he's about to start a lap time. Kushner comes across the line to start his lap. So I think Origin Civi made a mistake or backed out of it because he did set 11.3. Coming down into turn 1 then. Takes you through 4th gear, 5th gear. Ooh. You can see he's not using a lot of revs here. He's short shifting very early to make sure he reduces that wheel spin coming out of turn 2 and turn 3.
Can you hear me, Jim?
I can hear you just a bit, mate. You were very quiet.
Okay,
So his Renault teammate gets out of the way for him, which is Liam. So Liam's here. Takes a lot of steering input. That's not what you want to be doing because he had massive understeer midway through the corner as he carried a lot of steering input, and he does it again here. You don't need to carry too much steering input, and he keeps short shifting. If something about Civi's driving is just unique because he's different to everybody else. Everybody else is different from each other, but the way he's driving is just too cautious, and he just needs to almost invalidates it. And he's 9/10 down as I think Krishna's about to cross the line, isn't he? Indians,
Can you hear me correctly now?
just a tiny bit. You're so quiet. 3/10 down is Krishna as Origin Civi comes across the line. It's an 8.3, and I dare say that is not enough to make it through qualifying 2. His Renault teammate crosses the line. Nope. It's a 6.7 for Ferg. He goes. Look at that. Let me work it out. He's 7/10 quicker than Indian Jesus as Jerome goes into 3rd place. The Dutch driver is in 3rd, but it's 7.6, 1/10 than a Krishna.
Is this better?
Nope. A 50.6. A 50.6, so 4/10 clear of Indian Jesus then, but is it clear enough to try and beat Ferg? His DRS is now wide open, and where would Harvey Lees go in the Williams? He will cross the line to set a 107.0, and he is 4/10 clear of Indian Jesus, but 3/10 behind Ferg. In the Racing Point, talk about Racing Point, his teammate Steinslike is on a lap now. In fact, he's not, he's backed out of it, I think. Mr. Stroud's coming through John Sow. And look at the two Renaults. What were those two doing? Anyways, he crosses the line and he goes up into 7th place ahead of his teammate. I might have lost him a bit of time there because he might have got distracted or held by his teammate, so not really good teamwork going on there. We've got Nathan on the lap, 16.5 in the first sector. Louis Ladd coming towards the end of the second sector. Downhill left-hander. Should be flat out. And it's a 50.9 in that middle sector as Duval crosses the line to place his car into 3rd place. So he's 3/10 slower than Harvey Lees. He's on the soft compound tyre. They're all on the soft compound tyre as Louis Ladd then will come across the line. Where can he place his Alpha? His Alpha will go up into 3rd place at the Duval, just a few hundreds quicker than the Frenchman. Nathan Booth, 51.4, not really a good middle sector from him, but he needs to improve that instantly if he wants to get a good time. AJ is 7.7, he goes up into 8th place. His brother comes across the line and it's a 7.8, so I dare say that needs improving, but There's your initial times then. 12 drivers. Original Gamma Civi is the slowest out of all of them. I Nemo on the out lap, so keep an eye on him. Is anybody could go for a second lap?
Alright. Last
Stroud.
time, Jimmy, is this better?
Nope. I don't. Sorry, mate. I don't think phones work. I think it's just best if you do it with a controller. We did see Stroud out of the pits, but I wonder if he invalidated his lap time or made a mistake because he went back in there and now he came out. So let's see what he does then. I Nemo I was talking about. So there he is. Then coming down into turn 4, 16.6 in that first sector. 5th gear entry, takes a lot of care with the entry and exit, which you need to do. And we've got a Red Bull ahead of us. I think that's Mr. Strauss because he just came out of the pits, didn't he? So 6th gear through there, doesn't drop it down into 5th gear. The extra rotation for the engine braking that it produces.
Jamie, it seems okay on stream, but just a bit.
Yeah, you seem quiet right now, mate. I think it's just best if you. I think it's best.
I can't make it louder, so I guess.
Yoga, I think you might have to commentate in the race or Q2, mate. Just charge your controller up now, if you can.
No, that's the problem. I can't charge it up.
Oh, you can't charge it up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I would love to do that.
I didn't understand, mate. I'm sorry, but I Nemo across the line, and is that Mr. Strauss back in the pits? It is. And Mr. Nemo goes into 3rd place with a 7.3. There's 3 drivers on a 7.3. Mr. Strauss, so what is he up to then? Because he just came out, gone back in, came out, gone back in. That's not the best thing to do because you don't want to waste a set of tyres. Unless he's on the same set of tyres, you don't want to waste them. I don't know why he's doing that, but anyways, who's next to cross the line? Godly Numb is the next one, I think, to cross the line. We've got Origin Gamma James out there, we've just seen. And we've got the VODC, the Ferrari. Let's see what he can produce then. A 51.3 in that middle sector, coming out of Judsao, climbing the hill. Using all of that power, taking the tightest slide through there. Let's see what the VODC can set. With DRS is now open on that main straight.
What time is DC on? What time is he on right
He's at a 7.8 right now. He's just crossed the line to a 7.8 yogurt.
Okay, my stream is about 8 seconds.
Origin Gamma has got up into 6th place with a 7.4. Not bad from him. That's a good lap time from Origin Gamma. He's just a 10th off from 3rd place. Nathan's back in the pits.
By the way. Oh my god. He's gone.
James then coming out of Judsao. Let's see what he can do. A 51.2 in the middle sector for him. With DRS is now open. He activated it just a little bit late than he would have wanted to, but nevertheless he opened it. And he comes across the line to go up into 10th place, so just ahead of Jerome by about 800ths of a second. Chris Panda's the next one to cross the line. His Williams teammate is currently in 2nd place. Let's see what he could do. And where can he go in the Williams then? He comes across the line and he's going to set a 7.7. That's 14th place for Chris Panda. So he needs to focus then on trying to get a better lap time because I don't think that will be enough for him. Mr. Strauss, what are you doing? Let's see what he's up to now. I hope that's not a brand new set of softs.
By the way, if Chris just gains a bit more than 4 attempts, he's already in P3, so it's so tight that...
Innit, look at that. I didn't even notice that. What, from 6.7 to 1.8, the gap between 1st and 18th is 1.1. That is absolutely mad, the gap between 1st and 18th, 1.1.
Berg and Harvey are a bit of a league of their own. I think Duo can definitely improve. He's at the moment Duo's the championship leader, so I reckon he can do a lot better.
That is 3 or 4 times that Mr. Strauss came into the pits. I don't know what he's doing. I hope he doesn't waste his set of tyres because that's... He's been doing that 3 or 4 times. He needs to set a time just in case he validates his run next time. He's just been in and out of pits about 3 or 4 times. I don't want him to go and waste on a different set of tyres.
Didn't he have a quali ban? I think he had a quali ban.
A quali ban? No, I think someone's got a Q3 ban, but I can't quite figure out who it is. I don't know who it was. I wasn't quite listening, to be honest with you, but I did hear someone get a Q3 ban.
No, I think I saw it in the chat, but I didn't really like read it. I just saw it on my phone just pop up. I guess.
Alright then, so
okay.
do you know what? Instead of like 1st to 18th,
Nikolai in the chat says Strauss has a quali band, so he confirmed.
Thank you, Nikolai, for confirming that. I wonder what he was doing, going out there and coming back in. Anyway, Steislag is down in 17th place. He needs to improve on a time. He needs to get out of Q2. Headed down to Tier 1 then. So look at the gap between what? Look, oh, he's backed out. He's invalidated it, has Steislag. But he's got plenty of time with no worries. Look at the gap between 3rd and 17th. 4 tenths between 3rd and 17th. In fact, 3rd to 18th, with the real DC down in 18th place. Honestly, look at the gap between those. Hope my lap is enough.
Hope my lap, yeah. I don't think it is, mate.
Mate.
Look at the gap to P15, it's like half a tenth.
Have you seen that? Yep. The people I can dare say that are safe is 1st and 2nd. 3rd, 4th,
Yeah.
5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. It's going to be so close. If anyone could find...
I think Nemo isn't safe yet, to be honest with you.
Nemo's not safe, he's down in 3rd place. Oh my god.
Yeah, but look at the gap. If people like gain 4 tenths about, or people are closer to him like 2 tenths, it's enough for them to go faster. I reckon he's...
If you can improve by 3 tenths, you're going to be jumping up the order mad. And Krishna has improved by under a tenth.
Krishna can do, I guess.
Krishna's down in 13th place. He needs to find more time to make himself safe from the bottom zone, because look at that.
2 tenths, he's already in P98 maybe. Indian G's also retired. Is that an on track or pitch run?
2 tenths up, that's going to get him into what? 8th, 9th place? We're going to jump from 13th to 9th if he can keep it up, or find more time in that last sector.
Yeah.
As Krishna then comes across the line, where's he going to place his car? P9, like I said.
Good lap.
Godly None then comes across the line, where would he go? He stays in, that was half a second down, so he hasn't improved at all. Chris Panda has crossed the line to start a lap. Steislag 3 tenths up, so this will get him out of the bottom zone, and he'll place his car in 9th place if he keeps this up. If he can find more time in that last sector, I think someone's crash going out of turn 2. That's Godly Numb. As Steislag comes across the line, he's got himself into 10th place. He's jumped from 18th to 10th, as Mr. Stroud can't get through because he's got a quality ban. Origin Civi needs to improve on that time, and he has crashed as well. He smashed into the wall at the exit of turn 3.
Isn't Penda on the lap?
He's backed out of the lap, mate. He is backed out.
Nathan's on lap.
Nathan, where is he? Down in 13th place. He's invalidated it.
Ooh, but he won. But that's unfortunate for Nathan. I guess you have enough fuel on this track to do another run straight after.
Tyre wear is not an issue either at this track. James is on a lap, and he will end the first sector with a 16.8. He's a 10th down in the first sector, so he's got 2 minutes and 58 seconds left to do something about it, as Harvey Lees is retired in the pit lane. The VODC and Origin Civi is out.
Panda on the lap?
Panda. Yes, he is. He's 2 tenths down in the first sector, so we'll stay on board with him, and let's see how he progresses on this lap.
Another ideal first sector for him. He definitely needs to improve, but hopefully he can do it for him, I guess.
These slow corners might be difficult on traction. You've got to be careful coming out of those corners, especially this one as well, because you could easily drop the car into the barrier, but he's on medium traction, so it doesn't matter. Brady Pollock, the racing point replacement. How are you doing, mate? You alright? 1 tenth up is Chris Panda in that middle sector. This is going to be what? Where is he now? He's 14th. He might be in 11th place, replacing James.
Yeah,
As Chris Panda takes the shortest route, he comes across the line and takes 11th ahead of James. I'm good myself, thank you.
I don't think it's safe yet. But look at Panda, he's only two tenths behind Nemo, and he's 9 positions down. Oh my god.
I am good, thank you, Brady. 1 tenth down is Nathan. He's not improving, unfortunately, but will he use that car ahead of him for a bit of a slipstream? That is a Red Bull. No, it's not. It's an AlphaTauri. as Nathan then will come across the line. He will go up into, stays. No, did he get up or down? I can't remember. I don't think he did. I think he went up. Yeah, he went ahead of his teammate. His teammate is one tenth down. What's Paul in Q1? A 6.7, mate. As James comes across the line and he doesn't improve. Jerome's on his last lap. AJ's on his last lap. The VLDC has improved in the first sector. Now he's coming towards the end of the second sector and he's 2 tenths up. This might be enough to get inside into Q2. Jerome's on a lap. AJ's on a lap. So is Original Civi. Oh, he's validated it. And there's a car in the way as well. And he's spun it too. Oh dear. And the VLDC then will come across the line. Can he get inside? Yes, he can. It's 14th place, but James is not on a lap. But Jerome is. Jerome is on a lap with a 50.9. He's improved in the second sector. He might even push James out. AJ is slightly down in the first sector, so this is tense times for those guys at the bottom zone. Can Jerome get himself out of Q1 and AJ too? Jerome comes across the line and he goes up into 7th place. That's a massive jump. What about AJ? 1 tenth up in that middle sector, almost 2 tenths up. He has pushed James out, and the VLDC's on the verge of getting knocked out too. I think the VLDC's been knocked out. Can the AJ knock Godly Numb out? He comes across the line and he moves up into 9th place. That was confusing. Nathan has been knocked out.
This might be the closest quality I've ever seen.
So Nathan, DC, James, Original Civi and Strauss has been knocked out of Q1. Godly Numb has just made it in.
P3 to P18 within 3 tenths. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Yoga. Look at that. Look how close the gaps are. From P3 to P18. 2 tenths separate P3 to P18. Oh my god.
That's insane.
That is absolutely phenomenal stuff I've seen so far. What absolute madness. You couldn't even write that better. The real DC made it into Q2. And I swear I saw him being knocked out. But he managed to make himself into Q2. So good job, DC. He's up into 12th place. Chris Panda. I don't understand, Yoga. Are the timing screen changed? Because I swear I saw other people in different positions. Nathan was a P16.
Wait, maybe I thought Nup was knocked out as well.
Mate, I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't know.
I swear the timing screen changed because I don't remember seeing that order.
I'm not sure. I mean, whatever. Well, interesting quality, I guess. Yeah. Imagine if Civi did a lap time, we would have like everyone that said a lap time.
Interestingly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Godly Numb crashed. He is out of Q2. He won't make it to Q2. He's crashed. He won't make it to Q2. Chris Panda, Nathan, James, Original Civi. Only 14 drivers will go through to Q2 because Godly Numb crashed at the exit of turn 3. By the way, congratulations on 100 subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you, Brady. Brady, how's school going, mate?
Well, we still have one Dutchie in the top 7, I guess. Strauss is the quali band. By the way, did you see that Strauss is in like 4th place in the championship?
I didn't know, mate, but good on him. Hope he continues that momentum, but it's going to be hard.
He's like 4th or 5th. He's doing amazing. My boy.
So, the top 14 then, in Q2, this could be a change of strategy, because this is the qualifying session that determines what tyres you're starting on, unless you started outside the top 10. We have got drivers coming out the pit lane, so we'll keep an eye on who. There's the 2 Hassers that are coming out the pit lane. Indian Jesus on the medium tyres, his teammate's behind him. I don't know who it is.
I don't think we will see anyone.
Krishna. So, a mixture of tyre strategies between the 2 Hass drivers. We've got the mediums and the softs on the 2 Hassers. So, congratulations on Krishna and Indian Jesus are making it to Q2, because I know Krishna's been struggling lately, but he's got himself into Q2, so good job from him so far.
Yep.
more drivers. Got Irish Nude Potato. Where did he appear from? I didn't see him in Q1, did you?
I think he just had one lap and he retired straight away.
I didn't even know he was in the session. Welcome, Irish Nude Potato. I didn't even know he was there. And Mr. Strauss has left the session, unfortunately, so someone's going to have to invite him back. Indian Jesus then will come across the line to start his medium lap time, coming down into turn 1 then. Oh, it's horrible turn 1. He needed to clip the apex. He's going to have a compromised entry into turn 2, so turn 1 and turn 2 have not been really good for him, so he will lose time in those 2 corners because it leads into each other straight away. A 16.8, that's not too bad in the first sector on the medium tyres. On his way then to turn 6, takes it down into 5th gear to get extra rotation. Up into 6th we go. Clips the apex into this corner. We've got a sequence of slow corners, so traction is vital at the exit of this. You don't want to spin the car up because it's very easy to do. I've spun there and I've spun here before. Yeah, spun at the exit of this corner. Where haven't I spun, Yogurt? A 51.4 in Judsao. The exit of Judsao now. His teammates behind him, so we'll keep an eye on him as Indian Jesus makes his way to the line. What lap time will he set? It's a 7.7. What about his teammate Krishna, who will next across the line? He goes up into first because he's on the soft compound tyres. We've got yellow flags down in sector 2. Irish Nude Potato starts his lap time. In fact, he validates his lap time. Liam invalidates it, Jerome's invalidated it, first coming out of the pits, Louis Ladd's invalidated it, AJ, and in the first sector he's invalidated it. Steinslag will start his lap time. A 60.7 for Origin Gamma in that first sector, so not bad from him. It was a 16.8 from Steinslag, not Steinslag, Indian Jesus. We've got yellow flags everywhere. We've got like a load of drivers on the same part of the track as Liam gets nice out of the way for everybody. We've got Indian Jesus get out of the way. Everybody's on the same part of the track. Sector 1's the most quietest. Origin Camera, I can hear you, only just a bit though. 50.9 in that middle sector from Origin Gamma. Who's that Red Bull ahead of us? Will he get a decent toe off him? We'll get a decent toe, and that Red Bull, I think it might be AJ. Oh, Gamma's invalidated it. That's the most horrible place to invalidate your lap time. That must have absolutely frustrated it, because he's all that hard work been put in the drain for a little thing like that.
Can you hear me better now?
You're like too loud for me, mate.
Too loud. Is this better?
Yeah, it's better, but I don't think it's better for the stream.
Wait, off.
So Liam, who validated his first run on his second run, and this is a 17.0 in the first sector. Not bad to what I've seen so far. Yeah, it was so loud. Someone said in the chat it was so loud. Louis Ladd, a 7.1, and he goes up into first place. He's done 2 laps on them tyres, so you know, if he starts on them tyres, there'll be 2 laps hold. No, it's not bad, because this track is not too much high wear.
Alright. Alright, that was very loud. Is this better? Jimmy?
I don't know, mate. I don't know what it's like on stream. I don't want to keep checking it. It sounds like
how you hear it now is how it is on stream.
It's like a crisp, someone said.
Oh.
And beautiful, he says.
Brady says it's better, so.
An 8.3, and he goes up into 9th place. Origin Gamma invalidates his lap time again, as Krishna goes up into 2nd place. Ferg up into 3rd place. He's on the medium compound tyres, as we've got AJ and Thingy in a traffic jam. So majority of those drivers are on the medium compound tyres. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically the whole grid on the mediums except 4 drivers who've opted to go to the soft compound tyres, but we might see a change later. Never know, this could be exploratory lap times until the main stages of this end of qualifying session. We could see drivers switching over to the softs. Preferably, I would go on the soft compound tyres because I think that's the better strategy. But mediums still work. Mediums to soft, soft to mediums. I don't think we'll see no hard tyres on this track.
No, definitely not. It's not the way here. Soft medium or medium soft.
So Krishna starts another lap then. Is he on a brand new set of tyres? Yes he is, it says fitted. So down into turn 1 nicely. Through turn 1 and turn 2. You could see the bit sliding through there. To the exit of turn 2. Turn 1, turn 2 and turn 3 is quite hard. The end of sector 1, he's improved by 10, so good signs on his lap time already from Krishna. Down into turn 4 we go. Turn 5, simple flat. Turn 6 is the next one to come. Questionable turn 6, now coming into turn 7, use a lot of curb on the apex. This one follows through into turn 8. Drift a bit out wide to get a decent exit. And coming through turn 9, as soon as the curb starts to develop, that's your turning in point and braking point. Downhill left-hander is turn 11, simple flat. Turn 12, he's lost a bit of time in that middle sector. Coming out of John Sound now through turn 12, turn 13's around here. As we climb our way through the hill using DRS, make our way to the finish line, and he will go up into, stays in second place, but he's improved by 10, so he's found some time in that last sector, whereas he lost it in the middle one. So Indian Jesus, his teammates out there, started another lap. The two Hash drivers are the only drivers that's out on track so far, so I'll stay on board with Indian Jesus as he might get a toe off his teammate. Not really a toe, but as he ends sector 1, it's going to be a 16.5. He's improved by 2/10, so good signs. He's improved turn 1 and turn 2. Has Indian Jesus, because I remember he missed turn 1, compromised his entry to turn 2. Now as we come through turn 6, takes you through 5th gear to get the extra rotation. Now through turn 7 we go.
First sector was almost 3 tenths improvement.
My eyesight's not really good, Jogger. Oh my god, my eyesight's actually shocking.
2 tenths and 93 thousandths.
Come through turn 9 now, seen plenty of incidents happen here. Oh, a little bit loose on the rear end. Traction started to go for him as a 51.0, so he's improved by 3/10 despite making a little bit of a mistake coming out of turn 7, I believe, or not turn 10, sorry. DRS is wide open for him, shortest way to the line, and he will go up into 3rd place. He's the highest medium runner, but bearing in mind he's done 3 laps on those medium compound tyres. We'll see what happens towards the end of this qualifier session. So 3 laps on those medium compound tyres, including the in lap and out lap. Irish New Potatoes out there along with his teammate Origin Gamma, and so is Liam on his out lap too. Krishna might come back into the pits. Duval's on his out lap. Duval has switched over to the soft compound tyres. Best tyres. AJ switched over to the soft compound tyres too, so we might see him coming out on those set of tyres because it is better to go soft medium. Mediums will go a long way into this race, but the softs is better. Yeah, I can't tell who's going to get pole either, to be honest with you, Brady. We'll find out soon who might get a pole position, but we are in Q2 at the moment, so we're going to focus on that. The top 10 drivers will go through as Origin Gamma starts his lap time. Cross the line, down into turn 1 we go. Kiss the apex into turn 1, so into turn 2, use the outside curb for support into turn 3, use the shortest line through turn 3, then open up at the exit of it. A DRS wide open as we come down into turn 4, as we brake for the 100 metre mark, use a lot of curb on the inside, and use the curb on the outside too. Turn 5 is simple flat. Coming into turn 6 now, he stays in 6th gear, but that's a nice entry to turn 6, took it rather clean and smoothly through there. Indian Jesus ahead of Ferg now. I am the co-com, by the way. Oh, I didn't know you were co-com.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh.
Just saying that.
How many YouTube channels do you have?
5 or something.
51.3 for Origin Gamma, second, not second place. I meant 10th corner. DRS is now enabled on this straight.
Good, by the way. He's not really fast at the moment.
9th place, he needs to improve that time, otherwise he might get knocked out from the guys below, because the guys below were on the medium compound tyres, so they'll improve.
They were all on the mediums. It's not a good time by Gamma, I can tell you that.
Oh, Steinslager spun on his soft compound tyres. and that's the exit of turn 9. So he needs to back out of that lap and save those tyres, cool them down. Will he go to the pits, or will he continue on this lap because it's a short way to the pits? He was a 10th up on his sector 1, but now he's lost it all. Will he go for another lap on these tyres? Yes, he will. He's got the option to pit because he's got plenty of time, but I don't think he wants to waste soft tyres for another run then. So he'll go for it again on board with Steinslag as he crosses the line to start his second lap on these soft compound tyres. We head down into turn 1. Let's see how the entry is. Nicely through turn 1 as Louis... Oh! Turn 1, he'd almost lost the rear end there. I had to correct it as Louis Lad goes quickest with a 107.2. Dewell is in second place with a 107.2. So 107.2 for both Dewell and Krishna. He's 1/10 up in that first sector from Steinslag. Despite that mistake he did in the first corner, he almost lost the rear end by taking too much curve on the entry and exit. Coming through turn 6 then, swinging his way through here. Has he got the confidence as well, because his confidence might have dropped because he made that mistake. Let's hope he hasn't dropped. He spun out this corner.
By the way, he needs some points on the board. He's still on 0 points this season.
Is he?
But he... What?
I didn't know he's still on 0 points.
I checked the standings like an hour ago.
A 51.1.
Dewell the lead of the championship. Is he improved by 1.1 seconds?
Yes, he has improved by 1.1. I don't know if he did or not. I didn't really see.
5 tenths. He's improved by 5 tenths.
Steinslag makes his way across the line. Where would he go? 7th place behind his teammate. The VLDC. He's slightly down in the first sector, only just slightly down, but he can find more time in the middle and last sector though, so let's see what he can do. Coming in these slow corners right here, very crucial to get it right on traction. Especially this one as well, turn 10. Let's do second gear. A little bit of wheel spin coming out of there, might have dropped him a bit of time. It's a 51.3, we saw from Steinslag a 51.1, so he's 2/10 down to Steinslag. As we've got some guys on their outlaps. Other racing points, Steinslag. You can call him Luca, his real name's Luca. Real DC across the line, he gets himself into 10th place, only just though, it's 10th place. Jerome is still in the pits, so he won't improve. Inemo's on an outlap. Liam's retired, so is Orange and Gamma. So Inemo is the only driver that can knock the real DC out of Q3. And guess what? They're both teammates as well. So won't do his teammates any favour by knocking himself. Oh, he's invalidated it, and that's it. So the real DC has made it in to Q3. That was his last chance to get inside the top 10. He's improved by 1/10, but that doesn't matter because he's invalidated it. So the real DC is safe because Gamma's retired, Liam's retired, Inemo has invalidated it, and Jerome is in the pit still. So we've got some people on their flying laps, which is Harvey Lee's AJ. Steinslag's in the pits, he's safe. Everybody in the top 10 is safe because the guys outside of it have either retired, invalidated it, or in the pits. But these guys are improving because they don't want to start the medium tyres, I presume. Yes, they are. They're on the medium tyres. That's why they're still out there. 3/10 up on his middle sector. So they'll keep going because they don't want to start the mediums. They will only just bankers. AJ then.
Just typing the championship in the chat, by the way. So
AJ goes up into 5th place as Harvey Lees takes the fastest lap. As Krishna, good pace from Krishna. He's been unlucky lately, but he's found his rhythm, he's found his pace, and he's up into 4th place on those soft compound tyres too. Ferg.
That's amazing for Krishna.
Ferg is not on a lap, I don't think. Is he on a lap? No, he's not, because he says he's crossed the line. So Ferg will be starting on the medium compound tyres. There is 1, 2, 3 drivers starting on the mediums, and that is Indian Jesus, Irish New Potato, and Ferg, who'll be starting on the medium compound tyres then. So and Indian Jesus will be starting on 3-lap old tyres. They did not improve, but Indian Jesus was still got. There's a spinner. That's Krishna. That is Krishna who's just spun. Irish New Potato is still yet to set a lap time. He's backed out of it. He will be starting on the medium compound tyres then. So he's changed his mind. He's on the medium compound tyres. He will start on those tyres along with Ferg and Indian Jesus. Interesting qualifying then, as Harvey Lees rounds off the top with the quickest time. And Q2 is now over. In a few minutes time we'll have Q3. We'll take a little bit of a short break until Q3 starts.
I'll be here though. Brady and Dragon Speed, I'm just typing the championship in the chat. Can't really copy paste it, so take some time.
Q3, 11 minutes, and we'll see who's at the fastest time overall. So we've got cars coming on the right laps. We've got Ferg, we've got Louis Ladd, we've got a Racing Point as well, we've got a Red Bull. AJ's inside the top 10, and the real DC's made an entrance inside Q3, so congratulations mate, you did a good job getting inside of Q3. And we'll go on board.
Krishna, by the way, he lost in the championship with 0 points, and he has made it into Q3. I think he didn't even yet make it out of Q1, and to be in Q3 is a pretty good performance by him. So
yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier on. I think he's done a mega job. I think he's been practicing as well, so Krishna's doing a good job, because I know he's been unlucky lately, and he's struggling to get out of Q1, but he's in Q3, so impressive performance by him. Amazing. And let's hope he can keep it up, because I know Haas is struggling in terms of constructors points. Indian Jesus as well had a bit of unlucky times, but anyways, on to a new race, and let's see what people could do. A fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, the championship leader has not won a race this season.
He did right?
Did he?
Time?
I don't think he won in Canada, did he?
I'll check after I finish this.
Alright, so Louis Ladd then makes his way down into turn 1, then use a lot of curb on the apex, use third gear for extra rotation, up into fourth mid corner because you want to get the traction, and the minimum wheel spin, take the hard tightest slide through there, open up the corner. DRS is wide open as we head down into turn 4, then brake in at the 100-meter board, hug a lot of this apex corner, use the outside line for support. Turn 5 easy flat, coming down into turn 6 then, bring it down into 6th gear, pin the throttle early as you can, late apex as well, into 2nd gear we go, just chuck it in this next corner. Don't really want to kiss the apex, you want to bring it out wide so you can get a decent exit. As the curb starts developing, bring it down, be careful of traction here because it's very easy to lose the car, and that car needs to get out of the way, which he does. It's a 50.8, that's the best I've seen from Louis Ladd as we come to John Sow. Use the outside curbing, be careful it doesn't, make sure you don't dip a wheel in the grass, otherwise we'll end up losing traction. DRS is now enabled for him, and let's see where he can go. It's going to be a 107.2. Not a bad first time from Louis Ladd, but he needs to improve that as Ferg with a 106.8. So what a banger from Ferg. Irish New Potato.
He did quicker in Q1, didn't he?
He did, didn't he? As Krishna comes across the line, it's a 7.5. That needs improving. We know we can go quicker than that. Irish New Potato, purple at the middle sets with a 50.8. So let's see where he can go on those timing boards. He'll be the next one to cross the line. As Steinsler goes up into 4th place at 7.8, and that needs improving too. As Irish New Potato comes across the line, he got up into 2nd place. He's at 107.1, and he joins the front row with Ferg. He's 3/10 slower than Ferg, but let's see if he can improve that lap time. The VODC comes across the line, start to go up into 6th place. Dewell's on an outlap. Harvey Lee's 50.8. He had a shock of a lap somewhere. I mean, you know we can go better than that. Might have made a little bit of mistakes though.
Remember, Harvey Lee's a title contender. You should be doing better. I mean, we'll see when he finishes lap. What is lap time?
It was AJ who won the last race, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. He had penalties. I can't remember who won the last race. 3rd place with a 7.1. Oh, what was that? Almost hit him in the pits there. So AJ comes out the pits. I know AJ won the race initially, but he had penalties. As Indian Jesus comes across the line, it's going to be a 6.9, and he goes 2nd place. He joins the front row with Ferg in a 6s finally. Well done to Indian Jesus for making it into 2nd place. Both Hasses are putting on a good performance so far, so this is really good from both Haas drivers here tonight. As DC then, he will go back into the pits because he's done his lap. We've got Dewell across the line to start his first lap time as we make our way down into turn 1. Kisses the apex, now into turn 2, do the same thing. Take the tightest line through there and open up the curb. A corner, sorry. DRS.
Last week, Dewell won.
Oh, so yeah. Yeah, so ignore what I said earlier on. I thought it was somebody else, but Dewell won the race.
We have 3 different winners this season, Ferg, Dewell and Harvey Lee.
Oh yeah, I remember that, didn't I? I said 3 different winners in 3 races.
I think this streak might end. I mean, Indian Jesus has a pretty good opportunity, it seems.
I remember in another league that Indian Jesus was up there in the Brazilian race. Yeah. Oh, a bit of wheel spin coming out of turn 9 for Dewell. Coming down into turn 12, I think. Yeah, turn 12 coming out of John Sal. So a little bit of wheel spin for him coming out of that corner, but let's see what he can do, as his DRS is now enabled for him, and he will come across the line to go where? It's going to be a 7.2, and he goes up into 5th place. Might not be happy with that one.
Still close, but we know Dewell, he has finished on the podium every race up till now. He's Mr. Consistent, we can call him. A bit like Alonso in 2012.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, he won like 7 races last year, didn't he? Dewell.
Yeah, but Ferg and Harvey just really stepped it up this season, it seems. So.
Both have impressed me so far.
Not as easy as last season for Will. AJ is also on a good one, I think.
He comes across the line and he goes up into 4th place ahead of Dewell. Harvey Lee's as well. So AJ is on the 2nd row with Irish New Potato.
We see Irish New Potato and Indian Jesus up there, which I didn't really expect, to be honest.
I know Indian Jesus has got good pace, but he can show it, but sometimes it doesn't go well for him.
This season he only has 4 points, so it's very unfortunate that he hasn't really shown it this season, because I think he can do, well, I think he can definitely be up there, but has just not had the luck, or just, it wasn't meant to be for him the first 3 races.
I think Louis Ladd's on a good lap. He comes towards the end of the middle sector. This could be a 50.5, 2/10 above his time, so let's see where he can go. Can he get on the 2nd row?
That might be P1.
I don't think he would P1, but I think he might be P3 or 4. We'll see, we'll find out in a few moments time. He crosses the line, 2nd place! Louis Ladd, mate, well done. 2nd place with a 6.9.
Wasn't he like 2nd last time out as well, but he dropped back in the race? I think it was.
Yeah, it was him, wasn't it? Or was it Godly Num?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Louis Ladd.
So we've got Steinslag and we've got Kushner coming out of the pits now. So Louis Ladd up into 2nd place. As the track starts evolving in, we'll have some more quick times on the board.
Yeah. Louis Ladd up there. It's good to see.
We love to see it. We really do, Yogurt. We love to see it.
Yeah, we do love to see it.
Yeah, I got the Sega de Largo mixed up and Retroposter. Not really a clear image, but I can't even see that. That's so blurry. That's not even my eyesight. It's just the image itself. Yeah, Retroposter and the Sega de Largo I got mixed up. I thought the Sega de Largo was the straight, but it's not. It's turn 4. So I got those two mixed up. Now I know what it is. Right then, so Steinslag starts a lap. Let me go back on board with him. There he is. Coming down into the set of S's then. And we go down into turn 1, brake before the 50-metre board, hook the inside of turn 1. Get a good flow into turn 2 as well. Oh! A little bit of whiz spin coming out of there. Had to make a correction on the steering. He had to fight the car through turn 3 and turn 2 and turn 3, so he might lose a bit of time in that first sector, which he does. He loses a bit of time in that first sector. It's only qualified. We've got 50 comments already. So he needs to find more time in that middle of the third sector if he wants to have any improvements. Coming through turn 8 right now.
Good old chat with Brady.
Turn 8, turn 9.
He thinks Ferg will be P1, will be P2, and Louis let's P3, okay.
A bit of wheel spin coming out of turn 8 as well. Now into turn 9 we go. Another bit of wheel spin there, so he's losing the back end really easily. So must have a low downforce setup. 4/10 up in that middle sector from Steinslag. But bearing in mind he did set a 7.8, so this is a much better lap from him. Where will this put him up the order then? Will he go quickest? Will he go in the front row? Where would he go? He goes up into... Oh! Look, I didn't even know how close those lap times were.
Well, they are. Look at Krishna, by the way. We didn't even see him. He's P5. Krishna P5. Unbelievable.
Irish New Potato invalidated that lap time, so we're going to go for it again on the same set of tyres. Ferg, by the way, is not improving. He's lost a bit of time in that middle sector, only just a bit of time. But can he improve? Where will he go? He comes across the line. Can he improve? Yes, he can. It's a 6.7. And he's improved by almost a tenth. Who's the next one to cross the line? AJ starting his lap. Who is... Oh! Steinslag's just not having a good time. He did improve in the first sector, but he just keeps losing the back end. It's not an easy ride for him whatsoever. If he just managed to make that rear end stable, I could dare say he could find more time, but otherwise it's just not working out for him.
A bit more rear wing would have done it for him.
Irish New Potato is improving by 3/10. Keep an eye on him. He comes out of jumps out turn 12, turn 13 we go, and let's see where he can go. He opens the DRS with a bit of slipstream in his disposal. He comes across the line. Can he get pole? Where would he go? Second place. He runs out of fuel just on the line, so he timed that beautifully. Duval starts his last lap. I'm just trying to figure out. Louis Ladd starts his last lap too. Who should I go on board with? The Krishna. He's slightly down in the first sector, but he can improve in the middle sector. Where's AJ? He's slightly up in that middle sector, so let's see where he can go. DRS is now enabled for him. Let's see where he can go. And he puts himself... Oh, he stays in 6th place, but only just improves his time. Harvey Lees is improving in the first sector. He's down in 7th place, but DC then... His last chance, he's got 5 seconds to spare, and it's his last chance to do anything about it. Irish New Potato holds up Harvey Lees. No! Irish New Potato held up Harvey Lees, and that's Harvey Lees' qualifying done. That is absolutely frustrating to see. But Krishna goes up into 4th place. Well done.
Unbelievable.
Harvey Lees will be absolutely pissed off with Irish New Potato because that was absolutely shocking what I've just seen. Louis Ladd has not improved. Not yet anyways, because he's not crossed the line yet. But that was oh, he's in the pits.
Oh, is Duval out? Oh, Duval's 5th.
Duval is 5th place. So, Ferg has taken pole position. And Irish Dude is in 2nd place. Louis Ladd in 3rd place, ahead of Krishna. Duval in 5th place. Indian Jesus, 6th place, but he hasn't crossed... There he is, he's validated it, and he will start 6th place.
Look just how close it is, by the way. Oh my god.
I feel
What is it, like 5.5 tenths between all of them?
Yeah, I think so. Let's go have a look, shall we?
But look at the surprise. I mean, surprise of the day is Krishna. Unbelievable. P4. After, well, being nowhere basically in the first 3 races. Being on P4 now is an unbelievable.
First 10th, Mr. Yogurt, is 4/10.
Yeah.
Where could have Harvey Lees been if he did get held up by Irish New Potato? Irish New Potato.
Didn't he do like 0.1 in Q2 on softs or 0.0?
I think he was in the 6s in the Q1.
I reckon he could have gone maybe P4, but yeah, it's of course unfortunate, but we never know where he could have been.
So Ferg on pole ahead of Irish New Potato. Louis Ladd doing a good job. Let's hope he don't drop back like he did in Canada. Krishna, what an amazing performance by him. P4, he must be proud of himself for that one, because I would have been. Dewell in P5, the championship leader, a few places away from his main protagonists and rivals. Indian Jesus in 6th place, so both Hasses having a good result. AJ, Harvey Lees, DC and Steinslag in the racing point. But I feel sorry for Harvey Lees because Irish New Potato was just dreaming in the middle of the road. Don't know why he would be in the middle of the road.
Okay, because of the race it's gonna be hard to commentate if I'll just watch the stream. Okay.
Ah mate, I don't know why you'd be in the middle of the road if you ran out of fuel. Look at the clouds above us then. Could this indicate rain?
Jimmy.
I don't think so. Yeah, Yogurt?
I'm gonna go just watch the stream.
Alright mate.
Because commentate is gonna be very hard with a delay.
I'm gonna keep an eye out to the whole field then.
Yeah, sure mate.
It's okay, don't worry.
I'll be in the chat.
Wow. I've just seen somebody spin, and that was a racing point of Ferg. And I just noticed that the top two on the medium compound tyres, so they're going to take a struggle to warm up. And don't worry Ferg, you're not the only one that spotted the formation lap. I've spotted as well, but Ferg spawned at the exit of turn 11 I think. So Ferg's on the mediums, he's surrounded by 3 soft runners behind him, which is Louis, Krishna and Duval, so he might get overwhelmed by those 3 because the Ferg tyres take longer to warm up compared to the soft tyres. As we all line up for the grid then, Irish New Potato might have an advantage here because he sees that Ferg has cold tyres whereas he's warmed his tyres up, and down into turn 1 he might have understeer with the lack of grip, and Jerome's on the hard compound tyres too. He's the only driver on the hard compound tyres. Let's see if that pays off or not then. Anyways, enough. We are underway for round 4 of the Brazilian GP. You can see Ferg covers the inside line already, but look at the Alfa Romeo who gets a decent start. Up into first place he goes. Ferg's going wide into turn 2, heading into turn 3. The McLaren's got ahead of him. He almost takes him out as well as Indian Jesus then. On the soft compound tyres, looking interesting. Look at the gap behind. There's 3 wide coming down the Retroposta as we come into the Seca de Largo. The Alfa Romeo is on the grass as well. And there's already mixed up. We've got some contact between the Williams and the Haas driver Krishna as Harvey Lee trots behind the Hash drivers. Indian Jesus looking to overtake Ferg. He's also on the medium compound tyres, but he hits the back of him, but no front wing damage has been made. So Louis Ladd is leading the Grand Prix. He had an amazing start. I've passed both drivers who are on the medium compound tyres, and Ferg's holding everybody up because he's on the cold medium tyres. We've got a spinner, and that's the racing point, and that is Steinslag as we come down into turn 10 then. Nathan looking to go down the inside of the McLaren, and that is Steinslag, who spun again the second time in a row. He's having bad luck. Needs to end soon because he's got no points apparently. Or was that Krishna? I don't know who it was, but Louis Ladd a 1.1 second gap over Irish New Potato. As Irish New Potato drains his ERS then, as we've got Krishna versus his teammate, fighting for third position then between the two teammates. I believe they're on different strategies, if I'm correct. Yes, they are. One's on the mediums and one's on the softs. Would you play the team game or would you stay like this? Who knows? But what is wrong with this game? Why is it mixed up the orders as Harvey Lee's almost hits into the back of the Hash driver? But what is wrong with this game? Mixed up the timing screens already. What is that? As Krishna then, what would you do if you were Haas? Would you swap the drivers around knowing Chris is on the better tyres and Harvey Lee's is right behind you too? Harvey Lee's in the championship fight and he's looking to gain some ground after having a poor start, as Nathan then is fighting with the Alfa Romeo as the Alfa stays ahead of Nathan. So Ferg, not too bad from him despite having cold tyres at the start, but look at that, we've got Irish New Potatoes within the second of Louis Ladd, but he might drop out of it because he didn't have best of exits coming out of Judd Sow. If I'm correct or not, is he still in the 1 second range? It's not changing. Yes he is, he's just outside the 1 second range then. And Krishna's all over the back of his teammate. These two can't squabble for a long time because they're in crucial. I don't even know who's first or second. Louis Ladd's first, second place Irish, Ferg's third. So they're battling for fourth place then. And there's a DRS train between Indian Jesus and Krishna. And Harvey Lee's is right behind them as DC pulling out the solution. But go down the inside. Nope, he won't too far back to make a move on Duel. As we've got the Alpha versus the McLaren of Origin, Gamma and Godly Numb coming side by side, coming out of the Seeker de Largo. We've got Chris Panda right behind them both. They go side by side, but Godly Numb takes his place on turn 6 then. So early race battles going on between the midfield there. As Nemo, what's happened to him? Did he lose a place? I don't think he did. I think he was just trying to get past AJ. As I think DC's got past him, or was he? He was fighting Duel, wasn't he? As AJ's all over the back of DC. So I think DC's struggling just a bit in these corners. I think something happened to him because you don't really get overtaken in those corners unless you make a mistake. It's just a bit of a DRS train right now between the Ferraris and the Red Bulls. And is anyone close enough to make a move up in front as Ferg sets the fastest lap? He's already behind Irish New Potato as Chris Panda has overtaken. As look at that, we've got the Red Bull down the inside of the real DC. The real DC, will he try and fight back into turn 2? They go side by side. And a warning for AJ. Look at his teammate going through as well. Nemo is taking him on. And will he take the Red Bull on too with more ERS in his disposal? Coming into turn 4, will he go round the outside? Yes he does. Can he make it stick? He goes off the track. And that's allowing AJ to come back at him. They go side by side. Now he's powering his way down. There's a Venom involved as well as they go side by side into turn 6. As Nemo takes the place and he's up into 8th place. Good battle between those guys there. Liam's all over the back of the VLDC. I don't think he'll try and go around the outside. But meanwhile, we've got Civi trying to fight Nathan as Chris Panda actually got past James as well. There's some decent battles in the midfield then. As we've got yellow flags. That's a Mercedes of... That's a Red Bull of Mr. Strauss who's spun. And Ferg is all over the rear wing of the McLaren driver. And there he goes then. He gets his place and he takes his place in second. Oh no! Bit of contact. He's in the wall. No! That has gone terribly bad and he will drop down the order, and that's not what you want to see whatsoever. What on earth happened there? That was a Force India and McLaren making contact, reminiscent of 2012 between Nico Hulkenberg and Lewis Hamilton, but this time it's a racing point and he's dropped into 12th place. What on earth happened there? Was it just lag, or did he turn in on him? Meanwhile, Krishna has been passed by Harvey Lees. Harvey, be careful, mate. I mean, Krishna, be careful. You don't want to do that. So this is open. Oh no! He's hit the back of him, and has he lost any bit of his front wing? Yes, he has. He's lost part of his front wing, and that not do any favours for him. Might piss off Harvey Lees just a bit, but at least he hasn't got any damage. But Harvey Lees, he knows Ferg has spun, or someone made contact with Ferg. He knows he's down in 12th place. This could open his eye for the championship. As we've got a spinner of Nathan this time. There's some contact between somebody there. As original Civvy is slowing down for some unknown reason. So did he make contact with Nathan, or has he lost his front wing? Godly Numb has got past Liam, and he's up into the points position. And they're all behind Krishna now. Duel is the championship leader, and he sees his championship rival behind him and another championship rival ahead of him. So I wonder what he's thinking. As Duel then doesn't make the move down into turn 4. I think I would have done, but playing the cautious game is Duel. Don't want to really risk it. They're both on the same tyres as well, on the softs. What he's done is done massive favours for Louis Lad, because Louis Lad's pulling away from Irish New Potato, and if Ferg got past Irish New Potato, then I dare say he might close the gap down, but he's done Louis Lad a favour there, so Louis Lad won't be under as much pressure as he thought he would, with Ferg bearing down his neck. That was just a bit of lag, wasn't it? A bit of decent between Ferg and Irish New Potato. I'd love to have both of their perspectives, but I don't know what happened there. On my screen it looked like it was a bit of desync. I don't know if anyone turned in on each other. You don't really see a crash down at turn 1. Oh, Krishna's in the pits. Has he had enough of those soft tyres? I know those soft tyres can go a long way to like lap 13, 14, but he just pitted early. I don't think it's the best thing to do a 2-stop. All the mediums go to the end on in this race, but anyways, Duo is under pressure from iNemo, but iNemo hasn't got any EOS, so we won't get past him into turn 4. So Krishna could be a 2-stop strategy, because I can't see him go to the end on those tyres. 10, 20, 30, 29 laps on those medium compound tyres. A bit of a stretch, but we know tyre wear isn't as bad as some tracks. So up at the front then, half a second he's pulled away since I've last saw it, between Louis Lad and Irish New Potato. Anybody seen that crash? Can you tell me what happened? Is it Jesus? What's happened to Irish New Potato? Oh, Harvey, no! Oh mate, it's going bad to worse for Harvey. The championship contenders are not really having a good race. He needs to get back on the track now. Get back on the track, mate. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, he's going to be absolutely heartbroken with that one. So, I don't know what happened between Irish New Potato, because he was almost about to be overtaken by Indian Jesus. In fact, Indian Jesus got past him and he's up into second place. So Irish New Potato must have made a mistake somewhere, because Indian Jesus must just managed to close in. Meanwhile, got yellow flags in sector 2, and that's cleared up rather quickly. So the battle between 4th, 5th and 6th, though, Dewell, his 2 championship contenders are behind him, and that is good signs. As oh dear, we've got yellow flags, and that could be a crash. Is it? It's Jerome on those hard compound tyres. So Ferg is down in 9th place. He will try and recover from this. We know he's got the pace to recover, but he's not in his ideal place. So let's see what happens from here on in. Chances of winning this race, it's still possible, but unlikely, as Irish New Potatoes got past him back. These two are having a good squabble for 2nd and 3rd, and guess what? These two are losing time to Louis Lad. 4 seconds is the gap between those two. So more these squabble, the more Louis Lad just gains on them both. He's going good for Louis Lad, I must say. Safety car will probably benefit him, because it's almost time to pit onto the medium compound tyres, so it's actually going good for him so far. Let's hope can we have a 4th different winner in 4 races? Meanwhile, AJ's on the back of Duel trying to get past, but he still can't, because there's a DRS train, and that's the worst thing around this track, or any track, is the DRS train. If you're stuck in it, there's no way to get past unless the guy ahead makes a mistake or doesn't have any EOS. But meanwhile, as you can see, Irish New Potato is under pressure from Indian Jesus, and meanwhile he's managed to pull 3/10 as Louis Lad ahead of these two, so this is good signs from Louis Lad. He's in a comfortable position. There he is. All he needs to do is not make a mistake. Keep this pace up and not make a mistake because he's doing a fantastic job. Hopefully he can keep up this pace as well because he's doing an amazing performance. Meanwhile, Ferg's pitted. This is an early pit stop for Ferg. I didn't even notice. So it's a two-stop strategy for Ferg. They're medium soft softs, I believe, and that's not the way to go. But did he have a chance? I think he wanted to get out of the DRS train because there was a massive train ahead of us. But he's doing a two-stop, so this could cost him as James is in the pits. So Ferg just needs to pull out a mega stint on these softs, then pit again onto a brand new set of softs and go to the under those. So not really working out for Ferg in terms of strategy because it's a definitely two-stop strategy. Those tyres will not make it to the end. We've got an interesting race ahead of us. We're seeing unusual contenders, I will say, in the top three, but it's nice to see a different change of format this time instead of the same top three. Oh, Irish New Potato, careful as you go, mate. Almost lost it on traction. So that could explain it, how Harvey Lees and Indian Jesus were close. I mean, yeah, Harvey Lees and Indian Jesus were close to Irish New Potato the laps before because he could have lost it there and they were right up his backside. So he needs to be careful not to make that mistake again because if he does, not only he'll lose time to Louis Ladd, but Indian Jesus will make his overtake as well. Down into turn one we go, boys. Keep it careful. Oh, give a bit of room. Oh, nice and shoved there. And he stays ahead as well. As Godly Numb's got past Liam, or has he? Yes, he has got past, but Liam tried to do a switchback. He has DRS, but we'll go back on board with those guys. Indian Jesus doesn't go down the inside of Irish New Potato. As Ferg sets the fastest lap as you expect on a brand new set of softs as Liam gets past Godly Numb. So he does do a switchback on him. Won't be happy with that one with Godly Numb. But where's Ferg? He's down in 14th place. Nathan is on an old set of medium compound tyres. He's almost within DRS range of Jerome. I know his name's not Jerome, but I'm just calling him that because I can't say his proper Dutch name. 4.8, so despite him being on the old soft tyres, he's still pulling away from these two who are on the medium compound tyres. This is what costing them because the more these two fight, the more time they'll lose. And theoretically, you expect these two to gain time back on Louis Ladd because his tyres are getting older and older. The soft compound tyres are no longer at their best performance and the mediums will kick in at this stage of the race. To expect those two to just gain on Louis Ladd, not too much, but just a bit. Meanwhile, AJ is still stuck in that DRS train between himself, Duel and Indian Jesus. Can't do nothing about it. What will he do? Will he try and do the undercut? He is on the soft compound tyres and the pit window is soon. So will he try and do the undercut so we can just get past those two ahead of us? And talk about getting past. Ferg has got past Nathan with an easy move. Now we've got Jerome to get past, but he's just draining his ERS to get past Jerome. As Jerome's trying to break the slipstream, he won't let Ferg pass despite being on a brand new set of softs compared to his hard tyres. The hard tyres are in good shape, but the softs are much better compared to what he's on. It's going to hurt him in this middle sector in terms of turbulent air and engine overheating, but he should be much quicker than this guy ahead of us. I can see the gap coming down just a bit between Irish New Potato and Louis Ladd. Just a matter of time to see when Louis Ladd will pit. It's about 2 or 3 laps time before he pits. It's this hurting Ferg so much being stuck behind Jerome. He's also got Nathan right behind him too, so I don't think Nathan will be too much of a threat to him because he's also got the DRS. He should get past right about now unless he makes... Yeah, he's contact free and he's got past, so no troubles with Jerome. But Jerome has more ERS though, so will he fight back in turn 4? The question is. Obviously Ferg will have more grip into turn 1 and turn 2 and turn 3, but Jerome having more ERS compared to Ferg will be a bit of a trouble for him. Not really, he's too far away. But Jerome needs to he needs to forget about Ferg and he needs to keep an eye on Nathan because that's his main fight. Nathan and Christian are down in 13th, 14th. And talk about Nathan, he's got a 3-second time penalty for going out wide into turn 4. Godly Numb still behind Liam and he will have Origin Gamma soon behind him. As James has got past Chris Panda and the yellow flags in sector 1. Starts like a spun as James gets past Chris Panda for 16th place. Do you know what? Louis Ladd's still gaining on Irish New Potato. He's pulled out another 2/10. It's almost the gap's 5 seconds. But Indian Jesus has made his pit stop you expect the soft runners to come in first, but the medium runner of Indian Jesus has come into the pits. That's very interesting. And Irish New Potato's not gaining any time despite being on those medium compound tyres, because the softs will start to degrade soon, right about now, and the medium tyres should be kicking in. You best hope with the safety car, as Indian Jesus then comes out ahead of Ferg. No, he doesn't. He gets out behind Ferg. Harvey Lee's in his 10th place. What will happen between those two? Oh, Harvey, mate, what could have happened if you didn't make that mistake with Indian Jesus or an Irish New Potato? Can't remember which one he made contact with. I think it was New Potato, because I remember him being overtaken. As long as Indian Jesus stays in within Ferg's DRS, he could try and get past him. In fact, Nathan's past Jerome. Jerome's got past Pat Nathan. They're inside each other. So ghosting's going on between those two. We've got some soft runners pitted now, and that is Dewell and AJ. In fact, those guys on the DRS train have pitted. So there's no undercutting or overcutting going on. It's just pure down to the pit crew. But he's being held up so badly. They're on the softs. What is he doing? It's soft to medium, mate, not soft medium. It's not a two-stop strategy. AJ, mate, come on. Nemo's on the hards. His mediums will go to the end. What about Dewell? What tyres is he on? He's on the mediums. He's got it right. Yeah, Dewell's got it right, but Nemo, questionable, and AJ is definitely questionable. It's a one-stop, mate, not a two-stop. What is this yellow flag then? But the only way I can find out if this works is a safety car midway about lap 25 or 26. Not a two-stop, mate. Come on. It's soft medium, not soft medium. Our race leader has pitted, which is Louis Lad. AJ might have to think about his strategy again, because that is definitely not the way to go. Soft medium is definitely a one-stop. Unless the safety car is involved, it's a one-stop strategy, mate. And Louis Lad's on the medium compound tyres. The only way Louis Lad's race is ruined if a safety car comes out now, because that'll benefit Irish New Potato. As Indian Jesus sets the fastest lap as well, he will come out in 4th place, untroubled. He's got a good gap between himself and Origin Gamma. So I can see Louis Lad winning this race, Yogurt, and Irish New Potato then. So if a safety car comes out now, it will go on the hard tyres, because I don't think the softs will go to the end with 20 laps. Maybe, never know, it could go to the end, those softs. 20 laps might be a bit too much, but I think if a safety car comes out at lap 21, then he'll definitely go to the soft tyres. Ferg is on the back of Indian. Do you know what? I think Indian Jesus actually got past Ferg. Yes, he has. No, he rejoined ahead of Ferg. Did he? Yes, he did. Who was fighting Ferg then? I actually can't remember. Irish New Potato and Louis. Yes, I think I agree with you. The only way Louis Lad's race could get spoiled if a safety car comes out in about 3 or 4 laps time, because that'll definitely benefit Irish New Potato. He'll switch over to the soft compound tyres, whereas Louis Lad will can't do anything about it. Louis Lad has got medium runners ahead of him, as Godly Num's got past Krishna, fighting for 12th and 13th. Krishna's got past back Godly Num, and he's using his ERS to try and get past him. As down the inside goes Godly Num, make contact. Oh, yeah. Steinslag is right behind him, but he's a ghosted car. I don't see Ferg winning this race at all, because he's definitely got to pit again, and the guy ahead of him doesn't have to pit. Or does he? Might do, you know. 18 laps to go on 2-lap old tyres. So that's 20 laps on these tyres. I don't think Ferg's tyres will go to the end. He might do, but he'll be dropping off like a, I don't know, caravan on a cliff. I think Ferg's tyres will be dead towards the end of this race. I think he might have to pit again, but with Indian Jesus pitted on lap 13 or 14, I can't remember which one it was. Someone pitted on lap 13, I can't remember who it was. Yeah, I think Ferg and Harvey are out of it. Do you know what, I might speak... Yoga, you should have found a new controller, because I might be speaking to new people on the podium, you know? So Doable has the upper hand here because he's on a brand new set of mediums. Those mediums can go to the end. Ferg is on a set of soft tyres that might not go to the end. Indian Jesus is not in the championship fight, but he could be if he keeps this up in the next races. But Ferg, it's fine, dude. It's fine, Yoka. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. It's okay. But with Ferg, he's in a bit of trouble because he's got to pit again on the medium compound tyres, I reckon, or soft compounds. No, he started the softs, did he? In fact, he can go on a brand new set of softs because he did medium, soft, soft. I reckon he pitted to get outside the DRS train. But if he gets to the podium, it'll be a miracle. He best hope a safety car comes out now, and it's unlikely with the way these going, because the way these going, no one's looking like they're gonna crash. Irish New Potato, look at the grain on his tyres. Look at those tyres, they're dead. Mr. Stroud's hanging in there behind him. Those tyres are just dead. Liam's tyres are dead too, so are Origin Gamma. Look at Louis Ladd's tyres though. Look at Louis Ladd, he's caught up to Origin Gamma and Liam. Indian Jesus is slightly gaining on Louis Ladd as we expect on those softs, but in about 11 laps time we should see that Louis Ladd should pull away. Yeah, I agree with you, Yoga. It will be Louis Ladd or... Oh, we've got pitters, so Liam has pitted to end his medium stint and go on to the softs for the last 16 laps of this race. For those wondering why Ferg is down in 5th place, he had contact with the Racing Point. And I can't remember which way... I think it was... No, it wasn't a Racing Point. It was a McLaren. I think it was Irish New Potato that made contact with him. It was quite reminiscent to the 2012 Brazilian GP where the Force India and McLaren crashed into each other. But this time it was actually Ferg who came out worse. Irish New Potato escaped cleanly. That could be investigated out after the race because I would love to see both of their perspectives. If Irish New Potato does... Oh dear, we've got yellow flags. Who's that? If Irish New Potato does have lag... No, if he does finish on the podium, sorry, I'll ask him the question. What happened to Ferg? Did he turn in on him? Did he... I have no idea what happened. But Mr. Stroud overtakes Irish New Potato as Irish New Potato heads off into the pits for his first one and only stop. So his McLaren teammate will take over the lead, but his McLaren teammate... Do you know what? Origin Gamma should have pitted because he's fighting with... Was it Liam? I think it was Liam. Yeah, Origin Gamma is fighting with Liam, and if he stays out longer, that would mean that Liam will do the undercut on him as Louis gets past him. In fact, where is Liam? He's currently down in 11th place. He's fighting with Krishna. He's got past Krishna, so... And we've got a battle for 8th place going on. Irish New Potato has rejoined behind... Oh! Safety car's been deployed! Oh dear, that's spiced things up, hasn't it? Oh dear. Ooh, this could spice things up a lot, you know. Can Ferg make his way backwards to the podium? I'm just thinking of different possibilities. Louis Ladd is safe. Louis Ladd is safe, but Origin Gamma will benefit from this. Origin Gamma has stayed out at the right time. It's definitely a no-brainer to pit for Origin Gamma, which he does. Indian Jesus, has Ferg stayed out? Why would you... Ferg! What are you doing? Why are you staying out? Those tyres cannot go to the end. You'll be mad if those tyres make it to the end. I don't think he is, Yoga. I think Louis Ladd's in a comfortable position, I believe, because look at Ferg on 12 lap old softs. That's an optimistic strategy from Ferg. Yeah, but Yogurt, you don't understand. I don't think Indian Gs would be much of a threat. 14 laps to go on those tyres, they'll be 22 lap old. Why did Ferg stay out for? So 14 laps to go, his tyres will be 26 laps old. I don't think those tyres will make it to the end, Ferg. If he gets on the podium, I don't know what I'd do. Indian Jesus probably made the same mistake. Those tyres could go to the end, 3 laps behind the safety car, take some tyre life off him. Irish New Potato is safe though. But thing is though, he's in the battle for first place. And he's got iNemo to clear, who's on the hards, should be a little bit easy. He's got AJ to clear, who's on 6 lap old softs. He's got Double to clear, who's on mediums. He's got Ferg to clear. And he's got Indian Jesus to clear before he needs to get up to Louis Lad. So Louis Lad's actually under pressure from 7th place because of the brand new set of softs. He needs to get a good restart, Irish New Potato, in order to get past those guys ahead of him on older tyres, especially Ferg because he's on 12 lap old softs. I'm actually surprised not a lot of people. Indian Jesus, Louis Lad, what? Indian Jesus pitted. That's a terrible mistake. That is a terrible mistake. What have you done? Oh dear, you should have pitted when the safety car actually came out. What? But. Oh my god, mate. Oh my god. I don't know if we're on the same track, Indian Jesus, but I don't think it's raining, mate. I don't see any rain in the air unless my eyesight is so bad, but... Oh my god, what have you done, mate? What have you done? You could have scored a good hell of a points for Haas's team, but you've just messed it up. What have you done? Oh my god. I don't know what to say. I actually don't know what to say. You could have got a podium, mate, but you just fucked it up. Mate, I honestly don't know what to say. I could cry right now for him. I could just literally cry. Right here, right now. Pitting was bad enough, but going on the inters is on a new level. Why, mate? Why did you do that? Why? Oh, the worst thing is the safety cars in this lap. Oh my god, I don't know what to say. This is making Louis Lad's life a bit easier because Ferg's on older tyres now. Why have you done that, Indian Jesus? Why have you done that? Haas won't be scoring too many good points because we've got Krishna down in 10th on old mediums. Oh dear, look, rain! Oh my god. Rain's here. Oh my god. Oh dear. Indian Jesus. People are going to the pits. We've got some people going to the pits. We've got a change. We've got a new script written. Godly Numbers retired. We've got a new script written in this page. Oh dear, it's raining. It might get even worse. I don't know what to say. This race might be going to an end on the rain. We've got some drivers in the pits on the intermediate tyres. That's why Ferg did the two. That's why Ferg probably stayed out, because he knew it was going to rain. Wow, we've got a new script written in the chapter. I mean, a new chapter written in the script, as Jerome's got past Nathan. Who has the better strategy? I don't think Ferg does, but who has the better strategy then? Thing is though, will it rain enough for the inters to come into play? That's the question, because it might stay like this. Will it rain enough for Indian Jesus to come back? If DRS is disabled, then he's made the right call. But if he's not disabled in about 5 laps, he's probably made the wrong choice. But where is he? How is he coping on those tyres? We've got some more drivers in the pits. Harvey Lees and the real DC are in the pits. We've got yellows in sector 2. Liam's in the pits. We've got yellows in sector 2. Both Hasses are in the on the intermediates. Indian Jesus has dropped back. Was he the one that caused the yellow flag? Keep an eye on Indian Jesus. Has he made the master strategy? He looks like he's struggling so far. Oh, yeah, he looks like he's struggling so far. So the intermediates might not come into play. He's about 12 seconds down on Louis Ladd. He needs the rain to come into play now if he wants to win this race. If the rain stays like this, then if he doesn't get any heavier, then Ferg and that's made the wrong mistake. But if he does get heavier, right now, Indian Jesus has made the best strategy. Look at that, looks like they're struggling. They can't even go full throttle or half throttle. Indian Jesus, oh, we got slidiness from Louis Ladd and Ferg. They're struggling on the softs and they're struggling. It might be time for the intermediates to come into play. Look at that, we've got Irish New Potato going through as the top two. Have pitted, they need to slow the car down though so they get a speeding penalty. Ferg, oh! Irish New Potato's pitted, Dooble's pitted, everybody's in the pits. Look at that, boys. Is anybody going to double stack? Indian Jesus, I am so sorry for what I said to you. Forget what I said to you. You have made... I thought... Do you know what? Indian Jesus, mate. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I don't know what to say. Louis Ladd though, he'll be absolutely frustrated. The German driver has just outsmarted everybody. He played me for a fool. He looked like a fool earlier on, but guess who's the fool now? Me. Oh my god. Never judge. Don't judge straight away, boys. That's the one thing, never judge. Everybody's on the intermediate tyres now, as expected. I did not expect rain to come in this race whatsoever. Never judge what you see, folks. Never judge. People do things for a reason, and that is the reason. If he does get on the podium, I need to apologise to him. Does Ferg look bit... I think Louis Ladd must be heartbroken about that one. He could have won this race, Louis Ladd, but it's just gone bad to worse for him. Harvey Lees is back in 5th place. The real DC's up into 4th, so good job from the real DC. Let's hope he can stay there. Irish New Potato on the back of Harvey Lees. Ferg is on the back of Louis Ladd. Ferg looks like he's more confident than Louis Ladd. There's been an overtake. In fact, somebody's dropped. Harvey Lees is about to drop positions. Down the inside goes Ferg on Louis Ladd. And Harvey Lees has had another disastrous race again. iNemo has overtaken Duwell. Where is he? He's down in 14th place. That's a disaster race from Harvey Lees. Indian Jesus, mate, you are such a clever boy. I said earlier that Haas. Oh, there's a spinner. That's real DC. Oh, come on, DC, mate. And he's dropped down into 11th place outside the points. Do you know what? I said 2 minutes ago, Haas are not looking in a good position. Haas were only going to score 1 point. But now they're going to score 25 points. No, they're not. 35 points. They went from 1 point to 35 points in a matter of seconds. But this race is not over yet, folks. We've got about 8 laps to go. Anything could happen. Krishna is in a good position to score points. All you need to do, mate, is take it nice and cleanly. Come on, mate, you can do it. Looks like he's pulling away from iNemo slightly. Nathan's made a mistake and he's down in 15th place. Whilst Ferg is on a comeback race here, can he win this? No, he can't. He's got a 5-second time penalty, hasn't he? But good recovery from Ferg because he was out of this race at one point. But now he's back in it in 2nd place. Brazil 2012, the race, the Force India looking good again. Harvey Lee's trying to overtake Jerome. It goes down the inside of the Dutchman. Both make contact. Give a bit of room, boys. Come on. Nathan's had a shock of a season. Yeah, I feel for Nathan. So the gap's gone down between Ferg and Indian Jesus. Ferg, can he win? It's like unlikely to win this race because he's got a 5-second time penalty too. So that's 12-13 seconds he's got on him. He's gaining on Indian Jesus. All he has to do is not crash because he's still ahead of his rivals. Duval is his championship rival in 7th place. What has happened to Duval? Because I know Real DC's fighting with Origin Gamma. Now he's on the back of him. Can he try and make an overtake down at turn 4? They're both using EOS. And Gamma stays ahead of Origin. I mean, Origin Gamma stays ahead of DC. Oh, careful as you go, DC. That's an interesting point you make there because he's gained 4 tenths now, and you said he gained 6 tenths on him. Indian Jesus might have to pit again. Why? Why do you think he has to pit, mate? Those Inters can make it to the end, can't they? Oh, Indian, mate, careful. Come on. Do you know what? If Ferg wins this race, oh my god. Indian Jesus, be careful, mate. This is very crucial for your sake because not too many points on the Haas for board. I mean, board for Haas, but now you could score about 35 points for Haas. 7.4 to 6.7. He is definitely gaining. Remember that Indian Jesus pitted at the very start of before the rain, so his tyres might be a bit shocked from the dry session they were in. His tyres were in. The track was dry when he pitted, so that could be a big factor as well. Inters will be 70%. I think that's a bit too high, but I'd say about 40-50%. But it's definitely between Duval and... Do you know what? Louis Ladd could win this race, you know? If it is true, Indian Jesus, if he has to pit again, if he gets a puncher, and first got a 5-second time penalty, Louis Ladd could win this race. It's still back on for him. He best hope his tyres will be dead, very dead. I know the intermediates don't really last long, but the wets can last long, but the inters can't. The inters are a lot more unforgiving than the wet tyres in terms of the tyre life. Come on, Krishna, let's see what you can do, mate. Keep it nice and steady. He's got I Nemo right behind him, and Duval is 7th place. Not seeing much of Duval. I wonder if he just doesn't like this track, as Harvey Lees gets a 3-second time penalty. I wonder if it's just it's not his favourite track. It's unusual to see him down in 7th place. Oh, Ferg! Ferg is pushing the absolute limit. He knows he's got a 5-second time penalty as the VLDC is in the wall. And Jerome is on the wet compound tyres. Do you know, if this thing gets heavier, that means the intermediates on Indian Jesus won't last, because basically he's been through the dry period, the inter period and the wet period, all 3 in one go. Those tyres won't make it if he continues like this. Look at him sliding through the corners. If Louis Ladd knows Ferg's got a penalty, then I really want to check the penalties, but I can't, just in case he's got more. I think Louis Ladd should know that Ferg's got a penalty, because it might say it on the team radio, so you never know, but he needs to keep the gap under 5 seconds if he wants to win this race, because he's still in contention if Indian Jesus' tyres drop off. Who will win this race? Will it be Indian Jesus, will it be Ferg, or will it be Louis Ladd? Irish Dew Potato, I don't think he's on contention, but could he be? Nemo's behind Krishna. Krishna doing a good job to hold on to 5th place here, because he's got Nemo and Duval behind him. James is just lingering a bit too far back. Actually, Irish New Potatoes under a second between himself and Louis Ladd, so if he's got the pace, he needs to overtake Louis Ladd, because if he knows that Ferg's got a 5-second tyre penalty, as DC's crashed... Oh, he's in the pits retired. If Irish New Potato knows that Nathan Ferg's got a penalty, he could win this race, depending if Indian Jesus. It's all about Indian Jesus. Will his tyres go off or not? He's got to play it careful. He outsmarted everybody, but will it come back to him at the end of this race? I can't really see how his tyres are being affected. Doesn't look too bad, but that's just, you can't really see much wear on the inters. You can see him just a bit faded, just a bit. I'm trying to have a close look. 4 seconds, one more second, then Ferg is safe. So Louis Ladd needs to get a move on now, because if he wants to win this race, he's got to stay in contention. Under 5 seconds is the gap. Oh dear. Oh, it might cost a bit of time. DC's car came out of the pits. That's going to be unhelpful for him. Come on, Louis Ladd, can you get your first win of the season? Will we see a 4th different winner in 4 races? We might end, because Ferg might end that streak, but Indian Jesus just needs to be careful. I don't think the wet tyres are good enough, because Jerome is losing time to Nathan, so the wet tyre is not really sustainable for this part. I'm just keeping a good eye on the gap times. We've got 2 laps to go now of this race. Can Indian Jesus make it to the end on these tyres? I really hope we do get a puncher. We would love to see a 4th different winner in 5 races, and it could be over for Louis Ladd, because almost over. He's under 5 seconds and he's just outside the 5 second gap. 5.1 second gap now is between Ferg and Louis Ladd, so he might not be a contention for this win. So that 5 second time penalty, Ferg's just safe. He's 3/10, 4/10 safe of Louis Ladd. What Ferg mustn't do is get another penalty, otherwise that'll ruin everything. As Harvey Lees has got past Gamma for 11th place. Williams is scoring 1 point, by the way. One of their drivers are in 10th place. And Jerome's got a 5 second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, as Jerome's retired. Two laps to go now. Gotta hold on, has Indian Jesus. He doesn't really need to push, he needs to just hold on and keep it safe. Krishna is under massive pressure, but look at that. Irish New Potato is behind Louis Ladd, and who's that? That's Jerome's car coming out of the pits. Krishna's doing an amazing job hanging on to 5th place. Nemo still can't get past him, and yellow flags is set to 2. Oh, Jerome's car's in the way again, just like DC. Irish New Potato looking to get a podium. Can he get a podium? I think that's what makes it interesting for us commentators, not knowing the weather conditions. Because I had no idea it was going to rain. Careful, Ferg. So Louis Ladd then won't get 2nd place, but he has to keep hold of 3rd. Oh dear, AJ has retired, and he was in the points. He's crashed. AJ was in a good points scoring position, but he has crashed out this race now. Only a few more corners to go, and we'll see a 4th different winner in 4 races. Could history be repeated itself? There we go then. Only one more corner to go. And Indian Jesus will come across the line to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. And Ferg will come across the line to finish in a second place. With a 5-second time penalty unserved as Louis Ladd comes across the line to finish in third place, with Irish New Potato having problems at the last corner. So Louis Ladd's place is secured as Irish New Potato had problems. Nemo finishes in 7th, Dewall's in 5th, but good points for Krishna. Chris Panda jumps up to 6th place from 10th to 6th. What an amazing drive from Chris Panda, scoring some decent points again. Just like in Britain, he's back up there in 6th place. Podium interviews are up, so we should get our podium interviewers in here. We've got one of them in here.
What's up?
Hello mate. We'll just wait for the other two. I need to add one of them into this group. That is Louis Ladd.
I can do it.
By the way, I just want to say I'm very impressed with you. You did an amazing job.
Christ.
Right, let me. Oh, I can't even find his PSN. So
Jesus.
then, Indian Jesus wins ahead of Ferg, Louis Ladd 3rd place ahead of Irish New Potato, Dewell 5th place ahead of Chris Panda, Krishna in 7th place scoring good points for Haas, Nemo in 8th place ahead of Harvey Lees, who both Williams scored some decent points. James holds on to the top 10 with Mercedes scoring 1 point only. Nathan in 11th ahead of Origin Gamma, AJ, and 13th downwards is your retirement, with Origin Civic being the first one. So all drivers are in the podium interviewers, and we'll start with Louis Ladd. Louis Ladd, you did absolutely amazing in the race, mate. Nothing you could have done, but you must be feeling a bit frustrated with that rain coming in, because it looked like you could have won the race, but that rain stopped you from amazing strategy from Indian Jesus. Tell us how you feel.
Just what it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, I had I was leading the race from the start, and I had it, but then the rain came, and then people just boxed before me. I think he did. I don't even know what he did, but yeah, he just came out too far ahead, and I'm not the quickest in the rain anyway. But yeah, if it stayed dry, I think I had it in the bag.
This is your first podium into this season, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you must be impressed with it, because Brazil's a good place to get it, and your pace was actually quite amazing, because the two medium runners behind you in the first part of the race, well, they were actually quicker than them, despite you being on the 12-13 lap old softs, so that must be a confident booster.
Yeah, it was, because I knew I had to box on, I was going to box on lap 16 anyway for the mediums, because the softs could go far, and then the mediums for the end were going to be pretty fresh. So as I say, I had it in the bag. It's just a shame it rained at the end.
Were you confident of the safety car, because you knew Ferg had 12? Well, it didn't really matter anyway because of the rain, but at the safety car restart, what was you hoping for Ferg? Did you think you were keeping behind, or did you think he was trying to overtake you?
Well, yeah, and he was on softs anyway. He wouldn't I don't think he'd have taken him to the end, so he'd have had to box anyway. So either way, I think I'd have kept him behind anyway.
The main point of this race was you getting ahead of those two at the start, didn't you? Because you knew they were both on medium tyres, and you knew one of them had been disqualified. So at the start of your race, were you a bit nervous, because you knew that both of them were on medium tyres, and you knew you could get a good start and pull away?
Yeah, well, I knew Ferg's tyres were going to be ice cold because he got disqualified, so I knew I had to get ahead of him right at the start, and I guess I got lucky because neither of them got a good start, so just flew past.
Your pace was amazing despite being on like 12-13 lap old softs, because the mediums were still dropping away from you despite being on those soft tyres, so you did an amazing job with pace. So how do you feel about this race overall? Are you a bit disappointed, shall I say? But it's your first podium.
Yeah, I'm actually disappointed not to win, because as I say, I had the pace, especially on the softs and then even the mediums, until it rained, so I think I had quite a big gap in front, so as I keep saying, it's just a big shame that the rain came otherwise. But yeah, a bit disappointed I didn't get the win, but still a podium, so it's alright.
Yeah, congrats on your first podium, mate, this season. You did a good job, your pace was amazing, and hopefully you can keep it up for the next races, because that was actually quite good of you today for your performance.
Cheers, man.
Ferg, mixed feelings for you, I bet, because you dropped down into 13th place, you were stuck behind the cars. Tell us what happened at the start, because it looks so weird on my screen. It looks like you both lagged into each other. Can you tell us what happened on your point of view?
Well, I hope it was lag, to be honest, on the formation lap, but I don't know. From what all I knew was I was bloody just doing my formation lap, whatever, and then he just drives me off the bloody track. It's like, what the hell? And then obviously it puts me onto the grid, and I had grass all over my tyres and stuff, so it's just like, that's not good. So obviously didn't have any grip in the first lap really, which allowed Louis to cruise past me, and I blocked off New Potato because I was angry with him at the beginning, so I just went to cover him. I didn't care what happened to anything else as long as he was behind me. Obviously he got ahead, and then on the return overtake on him, I wanted to kind of push him as wide as possible, but I must have just pushed him a bit too far. Spun myself, pitted, well didn't pit, actually didn't have damage. I was amazed I didn't have damage, and then Jeff started saying it was raining soon, so I thought because my mediums were all trashed then, after spinning out twice or whatever it was, decided to undercut everyone mad early on softs, so jumped on them, pulled out a pretty good stint, came out behind Jesus but managed to stay with him, which was crucial, and then the whole weather came, and then Jesus pulled out of the bag. I had a penalty going into the pits. I think I would have won it if I didn't have that penalty, but it's what it is.
I was a bit confused because I didn't have any idea that rain would come through, and I was like, why is he on the softs for? He should like go on the medium hards, because you gotta pit again, obviously, from mediums to softs won't make it to the end. And I was like, how is this strategy gonna work out, because he's gonna pit. Then when the safety car came out, you stayed out, and I was like, why is he staying out for? Because obviously I didn't know the rain. I didn't know the rain was coming at all in the race. I had no thought of rain coming through. You stayed out. I was like, that's a dumb strategy. No offense, but that's a dumb strategy.
Oh yeah. I was thinking like I was on 50%. So if anything, that kind of saved me, because I was cruising behind Jesus, just keeping his DRS, and then the safety car kind of pushed the time towards the rain. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I would have got a puncture.
Yeah,
60% of my right front. So.
I was a bit confused by a lot of people stayed out on that safety car. I expected people to dive into the pits, but I didn't know rain was coming, so I didn't know.
And then Jesus, mate, that was crazy. I mean, I knew you pitting was a very good idea, obviously, but the way Jeff lies to you in this game, it does murder him. I just don't know when it's actually coming. So like a lap on, you did a few laps on dries, it must be. So you did very well there, mate, so well done.
I just want to say, Ferg, an absolute amazing comeback try, because I didn't think you would get a podium from your strategy, but you got second place. I'm with a 5-second time penalty. You'd actually made an amazing job to get back up there, so I'm very happy for you, because I think you got ahead of your championship rivals. You're closing in on Double, if not overtaking him in the championship. Can't figure out the points mentally in my head, but you've done a good job again, and really pleased for you. So congratulations, second place, mate. You should be happy considering what happened.
Oh yeah, mate. Well, I wasn't happy at the beginning.
I
could probably tell. Wait, what did it look like on your screen in the formation?
It looked like I was eating something and I had my mic off, and it looked like you just spun it on your own, because I looked up and I saw you spun. I was like, oh, he's probably boosted it with so much throttle and you dropped it. Then down into turn one, it was like you both lagged into each other. I was like, oh. Then you went into the wall, so I was like, oh. Anyways, moving on to Indian Jesus. Indian Jesus, mate, you outplayed everybody, outsmarted everybody. Everybody went to the pits. You were taking over the lead. How do you feel, mate?
I feel fucking great. I'm not gonna lie, that strategy was something else.
It was risky.
First of all, I gotta say, CJ and Ferg had great pace today.
Thank you.
I feel really happy getting this win, because I don't think I had the actual outright pace to beat him today. But yeah, great strat. I saw the rain coming, and I checked with Jeff like 6-7 times. I checked over and over again, and he said 5 minutes, so I didn't drive into the pits on the first time around. Then I just dived in on the second time. He said it's imminent, and I trusted him. You know? So, yeah.
if you do watch the stream back, please don't listen to my comments, because I obviously had no idea it was going to rain, and I saw you on the inters and there was no rain whatsoever, so I called you, I don't know what I called you, but you were down in 17th place. I was like, you just got yourself off the podium there, son, but I was wrong.
It was really risky, to be honest. I for a second I actually doubted my strat, because I think until the very end of the actual last lap of the safety car did not rain, and just about when I was about to cross the line, it started raining, and I thought, oh my god, thank god, because otherwise I would have fucked this up.
Do you know, in the first two or three laps, how difficult was it on those dry conditions?
Oh, it was horrible. I actually did almost spin, and I actually lost like about 4 or 5 seconds because I went onto the grass on the last turn. So it was really tough. It was really tough.
At that moment, did you think you made the wrong call?
Yes, I did. I absolutely did. I was petrified, to be honest.
What was the feeling when you saw everybody in the pits and you were in first?
See, there were like two groups of guys pitting, right? There was like one group pitting 1 lap after me,
Yeah.
and I was thinking, okay, I'm well ahead of them. That's easy, right? But then I thought about Louis Loud and CJ Perk and how they're way in front. And I think around mid lap 2, so like after the safety car, the rain was so heavy that I gained time on them. And at that point I knew I had this race in the bag pretty much. But of course I did have penalties, so I was kind of scared, and especially because I checked with Jeff, and he told me CJ and Perk had no penalties whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I actually, until the very end, I thought I lost this race, to be honest. And only once I crossed the line and I saw Berg crossing behind me and I had this 3.9 second lead, I was relaxed.
So you actually didn't know until you crossed the line?
No, I did not know.
Oh.
I actually thought I finished second.
Oh. You must have been.
It does. I've noticed. It only says. Sorry. It only says the corner cutting penalties.
Exactly. Yeah,
But
exactly.
it doesn't say like if because I got it in the pits. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought I messed up because I lost those 4 seconds early on when I went on the grass, right? So I thought it was over, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm
honest,
happy with this win, to be honest.
you deserve it, and so did everybody on the podium. Louis Ladd, I feel sorry for you. You could have won the race, mate, but it just didn't come your way at the end of the race. But you still got a podium. You should be happy with it, mate.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah, and indeed, well done for
Try my
outsmart.
best.
Yeah, that's what we ask for. Indian, well done for outsmarting everybody, because I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever do that again though, because I was
Mate, I thought you just chose to. I thought it was just a glitch or something, like it put you on the inters and you just didn't mean to. That's what I thought.
I think if I had pitted 1 lap earlier, that would have been the better call, because then I would have had 1 more lap on the safety car on interest, which wouldn't have been that bad, right? Then I would have at least been like P7, P6, right? Or like P8.
Oh yeah, that's a good suggestion. But the thing is though, you have cars crawling all over you at the restart. You could potentially spin because you have cars all over you. So I think it was best if you stayed at the back, so you didn't have any contact with anybody.
I mean, to be fair, this race was really clean for me, so I think Ferg got spun at one point, and also Harvey Lees and Duwill, I think. So lots of things went my way this race, but in the end I'm just happy to get this win and get those 25 points.
I also had a good battle with Irish New Potato at the early starts of the race.
Yeah, that's true, but I think I did get held up a bit. I think that's why Louis Ladd pulled away quite a bit, because Irish Newt was just ahead of me, and he was like, I was in his DRS, but he just didn't give way really, and then I lost a couple of seconds. But yeah.
Did you see him make quite a few mistakes in sets 2?
Yeah, he did. He lost some traction, and then I went past, and then afterwards I made a mistake and went into the grass after the last turn, and then he got past me again, so I had to overtake him again basically, but I couldn't. It was just not the pace there, but yeah, it was tough in the beginning, definitely.
Interesting. We'll end it there. Nice to talk to two different people on the podium, Louis Ladd and Indian Jesus. Indian Jesus, you must be feel confident now in the next few races.
I'm fucked.
I would say so. I think I had some bad luck in the first couple of races, and Canada, to be honest, was probably my worst race of the season. Because I just can't do that track at all, and I think from now on I'll hopefully be challenging for podiums.
You've got good pace and you can show it, but sometimes you get unlucky, like Ferg and other people in this league. But anyways, Ferg, you closed in or probably overtaken Dougal in the championship. How does that make you feel?
Good, but I know I should have. Thinking coming down to it now, it is a bit annoying. How my tires, my softs are so worn just getting into the bloody pits. That cost me the race now. I'm not even trying to think about all of the other shit. But yeah, no, well done, Jesus. I'm happy to see you up there as well, to be honest.
Cheers, mate. I appreciate it.
Congrats,
So well done to you.
congrats to the top two. We'll end it there and we'll move on to the next race. Thank you for
Cheers, lads.
yeah, thank you for this and see you all later.
Bye-bye.
Alright, mate.